1 week ago, this room was completely empty. It was basically a storage room that we used to just put old stuff in when we didn't need it. Today we have countertops, a sink with running water, an island, and even a fridge. But before I actually give you the rundown of where we reached today, I want to take you back to where we left off and work our way up to the point that we are at now. Where we left off in the last video, we had basically an empty room but just freshly painted walls. The room looked better, but it definitely didn't look like a kitchen as yet. The first step was building the frame for the countertops, the sink, and the island. And once we started there, things started to pick up and move real fast. Now my uncle was the one who spearheaded this project, and he literally put me and my dad on the back burner because he is a skilled construction worker. He literally does this for a living. There were measurements, adjustments to the plan, some trips to the hardware, some more trips to the hardware, a lot more trips to the hardware. At one point in time, I was convinced that I was solely responsible for keeping the hardware open. Yeah, I was like, what the hell, right? And eventually it came time to choose the countertop tiles. So me and my dad went on that little journey. And while I don't have footage of it, it's probably for the best because I took the longest time that I ever took to decide anything about anything in life anyway. And still my dad don't like the color of the tiles. I don't know. You will be the judge of that when you see them, right? Now, while all of that was happening, I was working on another project on the side. Over the past couple of weeks, I've been on a side quest, gathering all the utensils, pots, pans, knives, everything that I would need to get this functioning kitchen. And yesterday, I just went and picked up the final piece that I needed. And I'm not going to show you all this today. I'm going to save that for the last video. So if you want to see everything that I get to get this kitchen operational, you can catch that in the next video. But let's just say with all this here right now, the kitchen is getting very, very close to being fully operational. So to kick off the room kitchen tour of where it is so far, this is one of the most important things that we had to talk about because I really didn't have the budget, the finances to think about purchasing a fridge for this place. I was just prepared to use the fridge that we had in the kitchen. I was lucky enough that my parents decided to, give me this fridge that was in the garage in the shop down the road. So this is one of the most, this is the most expensive item right now in this kitchen. And it's thanks to my parents that I have this. So far, it kind of bare bones. Don't have much. Just a couple pieces of steak. Down here, just some diet soft drink. Some seasonings. Now, this was just recently finished. Now we have running water. The pump off, so you're not going to see it actually running. But we have running water. We have a functioning sink. Yeah, things are looking like it looking, you know what I mean? Come in. Why the jailers dog back in? Now let me turn a little bit to your right here. Let me turn a little bit to your right. I'm gonna see why that dog back in. Alright, picking up back where we left off. So here's where the stove going to reside. And I'm still trying to figure out the camera angles to get a good shot. This is just a basic idea of how the stove going to look. And you can see right here now, you can see the countertop tiles. This is the tiles that my dad went with me to pick out. Stand up and watch me take about an hour and a half to make the decision on this tile here, on this color. And then was like, you know what? He was like, you know what? Let me show you the tiles good, right? So you could get a good idea. He was like, you know what? I really don't like the color of these tiles. And I was like, serious, my dad, boy? I was like, serious, boy? When we was choosing the tiles, we couldn't have mentioned that if you don't notice it, taking a whole lot of willpower to stand up like this. But basically, there's the countertop tiles. That is where the stove going to be. Now check this, right? Behind the stove is where the gas line connected. We were going to cut a hole in the tile, cut a hole on the countertop like the plyboard, and go through both the tile and the plyboard to get the hose to pass through to reach the bottom under the sink. My uncle forget to do on the tile, I forget to remind him, and my father forget to remind me. So everybody is to blame for that, right? It's not just one person. It was a team effort. Lucky me, check this out. The hose, that is this hose here, the hose will run from the back of the stove along the line here, so right there, and then come in right in this hole here. You see that hole there? Right inside there, right? What the fuck? You see how things just work out in your favor sometimes? But that's the countertops, that's the sink, that's where the stove going to live. Now I haven't thought process, or I don't know how you want to call it, because you see where I put this appliance here, right? So my thought is, or my idea in the mind brewing is to put an electrical outlet here. So you know, we will get some current to get these things going. So Uncle Sean, if you're watching this, this is me pleading for your help, you know, assistance. I'm going to try and get some nice background music to make it look like a charity case, and when you have time now, I'll come and check you. Yeah, but this is some dead counter space that I have, you know, to do what I need to, because the stove finishing right here, right? So this is some dead counter space. I could put some, you know, the knives or some wares or some other appliances if I could afford them. I went to pick up them stuff I showed you earlier today, right? And in the video, and I was like, I pick up a whisk, right? Here what I'm saying, a little egg beater whisk, and I pick up one that look alright. It look as a whisk. It was $110 TT. $110 TT. Damn. I was like, why whisking with this Jesus mustache? It made no sense. It made no sense. And I just walked straight down the aisle and I find one for like $15. And then when I go back and watch the one for like $100 and something, it was because some name brand. And the one that I bought for $15, looking way better and way stronger than the name brand one for $100. It make no sense. I'm talking about things that really make no sense. I went to buy some wares, some plates, some bowls, you know, some wares. I was looking for some white ceramic, you know, something to look nice on video. Now mind you, these tiles, while they're cut here right now, we got them in 23 and 5/8 by 23 and 5/8. So just shy of 24 inches squared. Listen to what I'm saying. We paid $35 TT for a tile. I went to about 5 different stores looking at plates and pricing them out. Tell me why a plate in the same material as this tile that I paid $35 for, but 24 by 24, why is a plate costing me $85? How? Only make that make sense. A 24 by 24 tile, same material, worth $35 TT. But a plate this size by this size, $85. What if you like putting on that so? Jeez and ages. So one of the last things we need to talk about is this island. And I know you can't see the entire thing right now. It's big. That's what she said. But I wanted it like this for a reason. Now I'm still trying to figure out camera angles inside this tight space. That's what she said. But I needed it this big because it's not only cooking, we're going to be cooking and cutting vegetables and seasoning, and we're actually going to be doing some food and snack reviews. Possibly with some guests. If I'm lucky, because I already do have friends, so I'm going to be reaching out to people and hopefully somebody say yes. And hopefully in turn they, you know, I make some friends. But long story short, we needed this a little bigger than standard because we want to get these 2 people behind here and we want to have enough room to put stuff like snacks and food and, you know, a variety of different things at the same time. I hope that makes sense. getting old. Alright. On the side here, that you're seeing this here, right? This is a piece of granite. However you want to pronounce it, you pronounce it, right? Don't argue with me. A piece of slab of this thing now, right? That I get left over from a countertop that my cousin building right now. Now my cousin is a top class woodworkman. He working for a company and he does private jobs because he that good. At the same time, this man is a literal genius. And he had a piece that left over. And if you know the price of granite, don't argue with me. You know how expensive this shit is. And it's very strong, so I put it here so that when I need to cut anything like vegetables or anything that has water in it, it wouldn't get onto the plywood itself. So it wouldn't damage the tabletop, and we will still have a solid countertop-like surface to cut on. You understand where I'm coming from, right? Sometimes I don't even think I'd be making sense. So one of the last things I want to show you that I really didn't cater for. Like I really didn't take into consideration that I might need it or that it would come in handy. But again, this is the power of having people who are looking out for your best interest and people who have the experience, the skill and the know-how and always thinking 1 or 2 steps ahead. So my uncle was like, we have extra wood. Why don't just build some shelves for you? Some shelving right in the cupboards. And that's what we have. Now, I ain't really pack it up as yet because I still want to show you the wares and everything in the next video. But we also have shelving inside the pantry. The island. We also have shelving inside the island. The camera on top of the island right now, that way you're getting the shot. But we also have a good amount of space inside here that we could hang spoons, pots, pans. So everything here built far beyond my specifications. Like everything that I wanted, just get 1 up times 10. This is more than I could have ever asked or dreamt about. And for that, I have nobody else to thank but my family. My mom and my dad for giving me this room in the first place, for helping me with this project. For my uncle who literally built everything that you see here and who used his pickup truck to go and get the fridge from by the garage. So I couldn't really ask for anything more or anything better than this. I was prepared to use the backyard again, the countertops in the back, and just wing it. Having people who believe in your dreams and your goals and could see the finish line before you even start the race is a bigger blessing than anything in the world. It worth more than anything that money could ever buy, and I couldn't ask for a better family than the one I have. Now if you want to see the finished project, the finished completed kitchen, fully stocked, all the wares packed away, the stove operational, the list and plethora of new items and pots and pans that I bought, you want to stay for part 3. That coming out the same day, same time, next week. So I hope I see you. For Mungdal is Jeremy, and if you watch this one, you watch the first one, I want to thank you for joining me on this journey. I hope you like the video, so if you like it, you might like. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see part 3. If you didn't see part 1, you can go back and watch it. I'll leave it linked somewhere in the bottom or the top. That is what she said. I stuck myself, boy. But I'll see everybody in the next one for the finale. Later.